so what's up? How are you? How are you today? Are you good? I hope so. Alright, because I'm good. I want you guys to be good. Anyways, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you already should know what to do. Click that subscribe button. I know it's on this side now. Like that, comment. You can do it at the end or now, you know, whatever floats your boat. It's been a minute, so we're just gonna, you know, jump into today's video, alright? As you can see by today's title, I'm going to be talking about languages today. I am learning an additional 4 languages on top of the 2 I already know. Obviously, English is my first language, and then Haitian Kreyol is my second language. I would say I'm fluent in it, but you know, there's those things that only someone born in the country will know. So I haven't heard everything, so there's still more for me to learn. So I'm definitely trying to do that. But then on top of that, I took French for 4 years in high school. I started teaching myself Portuguese last summer. I just took a semester of Japanese. I'm about to take another semester this fall, and I'm starting Korean this fall. And yeah, I think that's all of them. Korean, Portuguese, French, Kreyol, English. Yeah, I think that's it. So I'm just gonna give you guys a little bit of background so I can talk to you guys about why I wanted to learn each of these languages, and we're just gonna go from there, and I'll just kind of be talking in this video. Depending on how this goes, I can make future videos about it and talk about how I'm studying each language. I might even touch upon that in this video. We'll see. I'm just gonna be kind of talking and just kind of rambling and see where we end up. So let's just get right into it. So I've always been interested in other cultures, countries, ever since, like, I don't know, like as far back as I can remember. I don't know, I just feel like America's just so, what is the word? Je ne sais quoi, boring, you know? And I just feel like there's more to it. Like, I've always looked at it like that. We're here and yeah, that's cool. I don't wanna, you know, just talk down on America, because I guess, yeah, you know, this is my country and national pride, whatever. But you get it. I've always known that there's more, and I'm just not someone who just feels like where I am is all I know. Everything around me is the only thing that exists. So I've always been interested. Let's be real. There's no American culture besides hot dogs, burgers, obesity, racism. You know, there's not really that much to it. So I just always wanted to know more about other cultures that seem to actually have cultures. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that has led me to wanting to travel / study abroad, because that's a little more feasible right now. I don't really have bands to just be hopping on a plane and, you know, taking flights and going places or whatever. In the near future, I'm really hoping to be traveling abroad. Now that, you know, Miss Rona has came into the picture, though, that's probably going to delay my process even more. I honestly was trying to hop on a plane this year, my sophomore year of college, but we'll see how that happens. I hope you don't hear that yelling in the back. It is what it is. If you do, I'm so sorry. But whatever, yeah. So studying abroad is definitely the most feasible for me right now. And I also heard that depending on where you go, you can actually end up having to pay less than your actual tuition, like at your school. So I was looking into all that this past year. So we'll see how that goes. But anyways, yeah. To sum it up, I like other countries. I like all that stuff. So I've been interested in that. What is the word? There's a word for that. It's like, give me 1 second. I'm gonna look it up. Michael said it to me. It's like, is it philanthropy? No. Yes. Okay, I didn't die. Word for interest in different cultures.
A few moments later.
Okay, the study of different cultures. Let me look that up. The study of different cultures. Anthropology. Wow, it took me a long time to look that up, but okay, yeah, anthropology. So you could say I've always been interested in anthropology, to sum it up. Anthropology is basically like the scientific, I guess, study of like different cultures. Basically what makes a country or makes a culture, socially, biologically, and environmentally, all that stuff. So as most of y'all know, in high school they ask you to pick a language, whether that's for 2 years or 4 years. I had to do 4 years because I was in the accelerated, not really, program. It was really a waste of time, but that's a whole different thing. So we had to take 4 years of language. I had to choose between either French, Spanish, or Mandarin, I believe. I chose French because I have family that lives in Canada, and I was like, oh well, duh. I mean, if I can speak French, then I'll be able to communicate with them, and that's just, you know, it's good. And it's also a bonus that Haitian Kreyol is so similar to French. I mean, well, Haitian Kreyol comes from French, but whatever. I was like, this is gonna be kind of easy, and to be honest, it was. Not because the language itself is actually easy. My French teacher was an easy teacher. That was the one class I knew all 4 years I would always have an A in, no matter what. Granted, I did have a B that one. Whatever, we're not gonna talk about that. So that's why I chose French. Also, no offense, but I thought Spanish was like basic. I felt like everyone was taking Spanish, and I don't think Mandarin was actually offered until either my junior year or senior year, and by then I was already into French. So yeah, so that's why I chose to study that language. So the next language I actually wanted to learn was Korean, but that wasn't actually the next one I started to learn. I wanted to learn Korean, but I didn't really feel motivated enough to do it, and I was like, it's a whole new language and it's so hard. I have to learn different characters, a whole different alphabet. So I kind of steered away from it, and I really procrastinated on starting for a long time. So my next language I went to was Portuguese, which I started to teach myself last summer. Now Portuguese came from me not wanting to learn Spanish, but I guess I wanted to learn something similar to the Spanish language, I suppose. Specifically Brazilian Portuguese, not like Portugal Portuguese. This is a little different. I'm pretty sure that people in Portugal will understand Brazilian, but Brazilians will have a harder time understanding Portugal Portuguese. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I'm under the understanding of. So yeah, I started learning Portuguese. I don't have that many Brazilian friends, but I have like a couple people that I've, spoken to that speak Portuguese and are Brazilian. So I was like, yo, this is kind of, it's gonna be kind of lit. So I decided to teach myself. I started with Duolingo. Shout out to her. Honestly, Duolingo gets a lot of hate, and I get it. I do. I'll talk about that. But it really honestly got me started, and it got me doing pretty good, I'd say. I mean, within the past year, I've taken a lot of breaks with Portuguese, I'm not gonna lie, but when I was really doing it actively, like every day studying, I felt like I was learning pretty quickly, and I was learning a good amount. Portuguese was actually really fun to learn. I think one of the best parts for me with learning it was how easy I was able to pick up on the accents, because I know a lot of people struggle with accents when learning a new language, and that's probably one of the most important things. At least to me, I feel like that is. I feel like if you're saying the words, but you're not actually using the correct language, it's kind of, it's cringy to me. I don't know if that's just me. It might be my perfectionist Virgo, but that's just how I feel. I don't know. I can understand it more than I can actually speak it. One of the things that helped me a lot when I was learning Portuguese, I turned my phone to the language. I had to read everything in Portuguese basically and figure out what it meant based off of my prior knowledge of the English term for it. And that was very, very helpful when it came to learning how to read Portuguese. Honestly, my reading is probably better than my speaking just because I've practiced doing it more. Yeah, that's a big thing too. I can do a whole tips video, but when you're trying to learn a new language, writing and speaking is very important. There's so many people that, it's like, that's low-key me with some of these, but you can't really say you're fluent in a language or you're even intermediate in a language if you can't speak it. I'm not fluent, but if I hear it, I'm usually able to recognize what I'm hearing, and like I said, my reading is pretty good. I can read a paragraph and get a basic understanding of what I'm reading. If I hear it, I'm usually able to recognize what I'm hearing, and like I said, my reading is pretty good. I can read a paragraph and get a basic understanding of what I'm reading. So that's Portuguese. So the next language I started to learn was Japanese, and actually Japanese wasn't even in the plan. I was supposed to start learning Korean, but I set up my fall schedule and I didn't have space for Korean in it, so I was like, whatever, I'll just start learning it next semester. But by the time I was picking my classes for my second semester, I found out that I couldn't take Korean because basically you have to take the first part of Korean first semester, the second part second semester, so I couldn't take it until this fall. So I was like, you know what, whatever. And then I saw Japanese had an opening for spring, so I was like, you know what, whatever, I guess I'll just start with Japanese, because like I've always been interested in it too. I watch my animes, all that stuff. So I was like, alright, it'd be kind of lit to know how to watch an anime without the subtitles. So I was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's do it. And I'm so happy I started learning Japanese. Sorry, there's a fruit fly. Oh, bro, okay. I'm so happy that I started to learn Japanese because it's so fun, honestly. And that's my thing for honestly learning every language. I just said honestly like 3 times, but that's okay. I feel like learning languages is just genuinely fun for me. I don't know what it is about it, but it's just, I don't know, it makes me feel cultured and like woke. No, I'm just kidding. But like, it really does. It feels good. I don't know. Again, it's the whole loving other cultures thing. It just makes me feel as if I'm taking the time to understand someone else's culture, and I feel like language is probably one of the best ways to show an appreciation for a culture. Japanese, I started taking it in a school setting. This was the second language that I actually took in school settings, so it was very, it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. I might honestly just have a natural talent for learning languages. I also was in choir and all that stuff. I sing a little, I dabble, in the vocals, but I think that and just knowing how to work with sound, I feel like my abilities in that area helped me to pick up on languages easy, because learning how to control your mouth to make certain sounds come out. Basically, my music skills are helping in my pronunciation, but that's not the actual language part of it, I guess. So back to the actual alphabet and all that stuff. Learning that, it's more memorization. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the characters, like it's completely different, but it's not that hard. Once you actually take the time to just familiarize yourself with them, it gets way easier. easier. My second semester, I didn't really get that much homework from a lot of my classes, but my Japanese teacher was so hard about homework. Even when we came home because of and we were taking Zoom classes, we still had homework consistently. Quizzes like every week, if not twice a week. Tests probably every couple weeks. And yeah, it was annoying obviously, but when it comes to language learning, you need to kind of be on your back. Or if you're taking a class, they have to be on your back, because if not, you're gonna forget things. There'll be words we learn in class. The second I walk out the door, I don't even remember what it was, and I'm like, wait, what was that sound? You really have to be doing it consistently to have it stick with you, which I appreciate now, obviously. But like I said, it was a little rough, but I'm thankful for it now. So yeah, that was Japanese. I took a semester and I've still been practicing here. Duolingo for Japanese has not been as good in my opinion, because they don't even teach you that much grammar before actually getting into how to make sentences, and they kind of just expect you, like if I didn't take Japanese in class, I don't think I would have been able to learn that well. Because now that I think about it, actually last summer before, I'm definitely lying. Okay, I started Japanese last summer when I took Portuguese. On Duolingo you can do multiple languages, so I added every language I wanted to learn. So I had Korean on there, Japanese on there, French on there too, but I just didn't stick with it because when I was trying to do it, it was just so much, and I was like, whoa, hold on, I don't even know what I'm doing. Yeah, no, Duolingo is not that helpful for Japanese as a beginner, because they'll show you characters and ask you which sound it is, and then you kind of just have to guess until you get it right or you get it wrong. And especially if you don't have the premium membership, then you literally have 3 tries and then you're like on a freeze for like a few hours or a day, I don't remember. But it's, yeah, would not recommend for that. I'll get into my recommended apps after actually too, or just put a list of that, I don't know. But yeah, that was my experience with that. So I'm sorry, I'm like all over the place. Like I said, I didn't really have a guideline for how I was gonna do this video. I just knew I needed to make a video and about this, so I was like, I'm gonna just talk and see what happens. But yeah, so that was my experience with Japanese. On to the last language that I've started learning, or most recent, but also the first language I wanted to learn, ironically. Is that the word? Yeah. Okay, so Korean. So I've actually wanted to learn this for the longest because I've been, what inspired me? Honestly, K-pop inspired me. There it is, alright? Call me a Korean blue if you want. I don't care, alright? K-pop smacks, and if you're like one of those automatic haters, haven't even listened to it, haven't even given it a try, and you hate on it, I don't care about your opinion. It's invalid, because K-pop actually smacks, you know? It hits different. I wanted to learn so that I could be able to understand the music. I mean, I'm already a music person, so I feel like being able to understand music now in different languages is just opening myself to more music and just like a whole other world. Like, so it's just a win-win, you know? It was just like, I was like, the perfect combo. So K-pop originally, but then also ever since I wanted to learn Korean because of K-pop, I started watching K-dramas too, and then just like with the animes and everything, I was like, I'll finally be able to watch K-dramas, you know, and understand what they're saying without the subtitles, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was like, I have to. So like I said, I wasn't able to do it last semester, but I'm definitely gonna be taking it this fall, so I'm excited about that. I'll be taking 2 languages at once. I think I should be fine. I don't see why there'd be a problem. There could be a problem, but it's okay, we'll be alright, you know? I'm at home, I'm remote learning, so hopefully not too many crazy distractions, and I'll be good. I'm really excited to start learning this one. I only know like phrases here and there through like the stuff that I've been watching. Like, do I really want to speak right now? I'm a little shy, but like I can say little things like obviously like 안녕하세요, 안녕, 감사합니다, 죄송합니다. What else can I say? 영원히. What else? Oh, 사랑해요. You feel me? How could I forget I love you? Like, what? But yeah, I just realized I barely spoke in Portuguese, Japanese, not Korean. French, honestly, okay, here's my thing with French. I'm all over the place, I'm so sorry. But French, even though it's the closest to my second language, the accent is the hardest one for me to pull off. I don't know why, but trying to mimic the French accent really just irritates me because it's so specific. I just can't. They just sound like they're like gurgling, no offense. And I just can't pull it off correctly, and I feel like I sound American when I speak it, and I don't like sounding American when I'm speaking other languages, so it frustrates me. But you know, we're working on it, we're trying to get there. Also, I can say more in French, but I feel shyer when I speak French. I don't know why, I don't. But anyways, yeah, so I don't really have that much to say about Korean yet because I haven't started learning it yet, but I'm excited to. So what else? I feel like I can just talk about, oh yeah, I briefly, well, I started trying to teach Vietnamese. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, British accent is not a language, but I'm trying to get that too. But anyways, last year around the same time when I was like,
So, yung video?
It's okay.
Ay, na-observe natin, baru velu.
Oh wait, that felt good.
No way.
Yeah.
I'm leaving some of that in.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm a little distracted. You know, but yeah, so last year when I was learning Portuguese, I don't know, I wanted to learn like all the languages at once. So I also started to do a little bit of Vietnamese. I learned like one sentence and then kind of gave up because that one was actually hard. Again, I don't know if it's just because of the way Duolingo is set up. It doesn't really, like I said, help you with the alphabet, learning it, which is the most important thing I think to learn before you get into a language, or when you're getting into a language. So I was struggling with that and I was like, okay. And then during the last school year, so like the past few months or so, So in the past few months or so, there was a time when I wouldn't say bored, like it's nothing against these languages either, it's just me and I get bored kind of easily. I don't know if it's a commitment thing, I don't know what, but I was like, you know what, I want a new language, and I started learning Hawaiian too. That was actually fun for like the week or two I actually did it, but then I was like, okay, let me get back to the others that I'm learning, because you really cannot be faithfully or like grammar. You can't really learn languages well when you're learning too many at once. So I was like, let me just stick with these and not try to literally learn like 6-7 languages. So I was like, whatever, let me just take it easy. But yeah, that's my experience with my languages so far. So now I guess I'll just say what's been the most helpful. I mean, I kind of talked about already how I've been learning and everything, but now I just got hip to podcasts. I haven't actually started listening to them yet, but I heard that they're like probably one of the most helpful. Duolingo helps sometimes, I guess. It's good for basics or just learning how to say phrases. Hi Native is really good because you can ask specific sentences, and a lot of time like the questions that you have already up there, you have people that are actually native speakers of the language and they'll answer your questions. So I could be like, oh, how do I say I could be like, oh, how do you say I love you in Japanese? And then somebody will comment back, oh, aishiteru. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, you know, just stuff like that. Like, how do I say I'm a first year, watashi wa ichi nensei desu, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, so I think Hi Native is really good for that type of stuff, but just like other stuff, like grammar, stuff like that, I feel like having a workbook is good. Like, I mean, obviously I got this for school and like she made a requirement, but I didn't buy the textbook because it's online for free. No, I'm kidding. But the workbook is good. So this was what our homework was from, and it's just like giving you like either sentences or questions to answer, phrases, stuff like that. It also comes with a CD that I haven't used yet or ever, because like the recordings are online as well. But yeah, I feel like writing stuff is always good because it helps you retain too in general. I'm pretty sure it's like scientifically proven. When you write stuff down, you remember it better and you retain it, so that's always good. There was this app that I downloaded like a week ago. I only did a free week trial. I'm a little broke right now, but from what I could see, it was really good. I forgot what it's called. It's like, I think Pimsleur or something like that. It was really good. I only used it a couple times within that 1 week. I was busy, but I could tell that that would be a really good app to learn from. What else do I have on my phone actually? Oh, my phone's recording. But yeah, I think those are the only 3 apps I actually had on my phone. So yeah, those are like the only apps on my phone, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I said a lot and then my camera cut off, so I honestly don't remember what else I said. I think that basically wraps it up, honestly. What else was I saying? Whatever, we're good. I'm gonna just wrap it up because I don't remember what I said. If you like this video, I can definitely make it more like this because I really love learning languages. I love talking about languages. I love the fact that I'm learning languages. It just makes me mad excited. So I'll definitely do more. I can do like a more in-depth video talking about how exactly I go about my routine when I'm studying or what exactly I do. I mean, like I said, I really only use those apps. But oh, okay, that's what I was saying. Basically, just I would definitely recommend writing, because writing it out and practicing actually speaking it when you're learning is definitely probably one of the most important things, or the most important things you can do, because obviously you can read about how to spell and all that stuff, but not speaking it is not gonna help you. I mean, yeah, not speaking is gonna hurt you because you're not gonna actually familiarize yourself with like the sounds and stuff like that. So do that. Like I said, I definitely said some more stuff, but I don't remember. So if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. I really hope you do. I mean, do both. whatever. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this with your people. If you want to learn more languages, make sure to subscribe so you see what I do and how I do it. If you know someone who likes languages, show this video to them and then maybe they can, you know, get put on to some stuff, whatever. We can put each other on, you know, it's a little family communication thing right here. So that's basically all I have to say. You know the vibes, you know what it is. Love y'all. And I'll catch y'all. Oh my god, my finger. I've been trying to hide this finger this whole video, but y'all probably already peeped it, but it is what it is. So yeah. I'll see y'all in my next video. Love you guys. Ew, that's disgusting. I don't love you guys yet. I'm just kidding. I do love you guys. Okay. Bye.
That's disgusting.